It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join News Director Paul David and News Editor Philip Catafamo as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics in Yavapai County that affect all our lives. And now here's today's Countywide.
Welcome to Countywide. I'm Paul David. As always, it is great to have you in studio with us today. We're going to talk about a program that hopefully is going to slow down, if not hopefully stop, the scams that go on Yavapai County, Coconino County, across the state of Arizona. You've heard the stories over and over on the news about the victims who fall victim to these scams. And scam artists are pretty darn creative, and we've talked about it over the years, just how creative they've gotten. I want to say a month or so back, Prescott Police Department sent me a story about the STOP program that they were going to be putting on the gift card racks at least in the Prescott area. And then just within the last week and a half, 2 weeks now, YCSO sent me a press release that said they are working on the STOP program as well. YCSO Crime Prevention Coordinator Bryan Thomas is in studio with us today. Welcome back, Bryan.
Good to see you, Paul.
You too. Good to see you too. And so the stop sign will hopefully maybe catch some people before they go ahead and start sending that money out to these scam artists to keep it in their own pockets instead. Because I don't know about you, Bryan, but I'm kind of tired of actually doing stories on this. Just the victims, there's so many, and there's so many different scams out there. Can we first talk a little bit about some of the scams in general and what people see? Because I've done shows with Dwight Devlin on this, with the Better Business Bureau on this, some of the Chamber of Commerce is on this. There are a lot of scams out there, but what are some of the most common ones you see in relation to the gift card?
They're using gift cards to pay for a variety of scams, and we could talk all day about the different scams that are out there. And somebody would come in with a hook and pull me off the stage, I guess, at some point. But what we see locally is some imposter scams. What they seem to be wanting to do is impersonate government officials. And just a local one to give you an idea is you get a call and you say, hey, this is Deputy so-and-so from the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office, and turns out you've got a warrant for your arrest because you missed jury duty. And if you look at the phone number now, they're spoofing the phone number. They can make any phone number show up that they want. And so they'll make our phone number show up. It'll be 771-3260. So if you looked it up, you'd see that, yeah, that's the sheriff's phone number. And if you looked up the employee's name or you called in and asked, yes, we have an employee by that name. And we've had this happen. So it's very believable. And so that people are told that they need to go to a kiosk or something and pay a fine and pay a bond, because they missed jury duty. And so the kiosk ends up being, you guessed it, Walgreens or someplace that sells gift cards. And now they're buying a gift card to pay a fine or pay a court bond. There's a whole variety of those government imposter type scams, whether it's IRS or DES. We're going to suspend your social security number. The DEA, the FBI, all the alphabet agencies have been victim of this, where the person on the line is pretending to be an agent. The common theme with most of these is the method of payment, regardless of the scam. And some of them are very elaborate and ingenious, but the method of payment seems to be go buy a gift card, and then give me the number on the front of the gift card, and then scratch off the PIN number on the back of the gift card. That way the scammer never has to see you and never has to touch that card. They can download that to an application and pull your money immediately. And boy, once they've done that, it's really hard to trace and get that money back.
It's amazing to me just how often it happens, too. I mean, I know YCSO Dwight has sent out a couple of press releases, I want to say, in the last month where I think both cases was the sweetheart scam, where somebody met somebody else online. This person was like in Africa or something, and I'm trying to get back home, and they get that love connection going on. At least that's what she's hoping for. And then that person says, well, I need this amount of money in order to get to this location. And then I need more money. And as long long as you're on the line with them and you're giving them money, they're going to keep taking that money. But it's been nice to see that YCSO has been able to recover some of those funds for these people. Another one that I see come up a lot too is the holidays are coming too. It's like, oh, grandma, grandpa, I got arrested. I'm down in Mexico. There's a lawyer that's going to call you, and if you send this much money, I can get out of jail. That kind of a scam. But you're right. It does wind up always coming back to the gift card or a wire transfer. Now, the STOP program, how did the STOP program come about? Because that's what we're getting into today, and this is hopefully going to slow some of this scam stuff down.
Yes, we had talked about this idea to get the stores involved with helping us not to sell these gift cards. Typically, if you go buy a gift card for somebody's birthday or a Christmas holiday or whatever, it's going to be $100 gift card. So maybe you buy a couple of $100 gift cards for your family members or friends. You don't buy $5,000 worth of gift cards. So we're not looking to hurt the gift card industry's business. We just know that when somebody comes in, and especially if it's a senior and they're talking on the cell phone with somebody as they're in the store, and that somebody is a scammer and they're coaching them through how to buy a gift card. They may have never bought an iTunes or an Amazon gift card before. And so when the store clerk, the manager sees that, they want to buy a large amount of gift cards and they want to they're being coached on the phone a lot of times. That's really suspicious. And so we want them to recognize that and not sell gift cards to them. Well, what makes that easy, and Prescott PD actually carried the ball on this and said, let's develop a sign that we can put up at the gift card aisle or at the cash register, along with just a little bit of training for the store employees to say, if you get somebody that's trying to buy $5,000 worth of gift cards or several $100s worth of gift cards and you think they're being scammed, you don't have to sit there and argue with them or whatever. Just point to the sign and say, hey, if you don't believe me, your local law enforcement agency wants to talk to you, and we will send somebody out and talk that person out of giving away their life savings, hopefully. Because if they just leave that store and they go to another store and buy more gift cards, which is typically what we see, if there's a limit, a lot of stores have a limit. So they buy $500 at one store and they'll go to another store and buy $500 more worth of gift cards, and they'll keep doing that until they've given away thousands of dollars. And believe me, a lot of people think it sounds ridiculous, but these scammers this is their job, and they're very good at what they do in convincing people.
I was going to say, yeah, they're probably extremely convincing. And I think there's a lot of pressure involved too. I know my wife, she works at a credit union, and she sees it on a regular basis where the stimulus checks that were going out, there was a lot of fraud going on with the stimulus checks. And she would see the same person who would come in maybe once a week and take out $100 or $200. All of a sudden they're in there 3-4 times a week taking out several $1,000s and then having it wired someplace. And so that, for her employees and for her, is of course a red flag to say, hey, what's going on? Are you sure you want to be doing this? And I think she's got a little more leeway in communicating with people. But you're right. If you're a store clerk and you're just running people through and purchasing stuff, you really don't want to have to stop to deal with that, although it would be nice if you did. But having that sign right there to say, are you sure this is what you want to do? Take a look at that sign. That's a big help. We have to take our first break already. All right, we got to take our first break already. We just barely got started. We're talking with Bryan Thomas, YCSO Crime Prevention Coordinator, about the new STOP program. It started out with Prescott Police in the Quad City area, and hopefully it's trickling over to the Verde Valley as well. So stick around, countywide, back in just a couple minutes.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Orkin has pest control down to a science.
When your business chooses Orkin's Precision Protection Program, you get a tailored pest control program for your specific industry and environment.
Your business can benefit from over a century of experience, training, and scientific knowledge that define the Orkin man.
Maximum protection, minimum exposure, backed by one of the industry's most comprehensive guarantees.
Choose your locally owned and operated Northern Arizona Orkin and get more than an exterminator. Get an expert.
Welcome back to Countywide. We're sitting down with the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office Crime Prevention Coordinator Bryan Thomas today, talking about the STOP program. You can go to yavapai.us and find the Sheriff's Office website right there on the county's website. Also, 928-777-7223. That's 777-7223 for more information about the STOP program as well. So how has the response been, Bryan, in the Quad City area? Let's start with Quad City because this is where it kind of began, the STOP program. How has the response been from businesses over there and the law enforcement agencies?
Yes, really good so far, and we're really happy to report that if we go out to the stores in person, we are getting almost 100% cooperation. And what I learned from Prescott PD is their agents went out to their local stores, and if they went in person and talked to the managers understood what it was about. They'd seen it, they're aware of it, they're doing employee training, and they were happy to participate. We kind of thought we might get some corporate pushback because it's different, and now law enforcement, why you want to put signs up and maybe we won't be able to sell our gift cards. We're not doing that at all. We're not looking to hurt anybody's business, and we realize they pay for that display space, but I don't think the stores locally or even the gift card companies want to finance fraud. And once they understand that, and we're not hurting any legitimate business, they've been really cooperative. And we found that in the county too. We didn't call the stores. We have VIP volunteers, and with those volunteers, we put together what we call a fraud intervention team here. So we go out to the stores in the county that sell gift cards, talk to the manager and the clerks, and just about every business has shared with us stories of how they've had people come in and they've had to talk them out of buying gift cards, or they've tried some cases unsuccessfully. But we also go and talk to our victims that have reported being victimized in these cases, and they will tell us that sometimes they had to talk their way through and convince the store clerks to sell them gift cards, and sometimes had to go to several stores to get the gift cards before they realized that really the people were right. And sometimes they go back and apologize. It's like, I understand now that why you wouldn't sell me the gift cards. This just, it helps. It makes it easier for them, where they can say, hey, we're involved, partnered up with law enforcement, whether it's Prescott or Prescott Valley or the sheriff's office, whatever your jurisdiction is, you need to call them and they will talk to you. I think the other agencies have seen it. We certainly have been inundated with reports of these scams, and it's very frustrating for the deputies, where they spend time taking reports that people have already lost their money. And although we've had some cases where we've been able to recover money that was transferred to bank accounts, and we could track down a bank account real quickly, for the most part, this money goes overseas and is long gone. And so for deputies, for officers around the county, very frustrating to take reports and not be able to help people with our traditional follow-up investigations and going and finding people and arresting people. Folks need to understand that these guys are really hard to track down. They're in another state, another country. The only connection you have with them is a phone line or a computer line, and they know that. They know they're pretty safe from law enforcement.
Yeah, that's really too bad. That is really too bad. Now, it's in the Quad City area, and you mentioned that you've seen some success already. How is it in the Verde Valley side? You mentioned before the show that it's starting to come over this side as well.
Yes, my goal was really to get this in every store in the county. And so we took it over. And of course, our partner agencies have seen the media releases that you mentioned. And so when I have gone, just the other day, went up to Cottonwood PD, Sedona PD, they're excited to get on board with it. They want to put the signs out in their stores with their phone numbers on it. So we're working on that right now. Camp Verde, they have 7 stores on one street just on Finney Flats Road that sell gift cards. And so we've got stop signs into all of those stores. And we have a little more logistics in the county. We have 8,000 square miles to cover. But most of the stores are in the towns, in the Quad Cities, and in Cottonwood, and so we need them to partner with us, and we need them to get on board. Their stores to get on board. It's just been very. Sorry, go ahead.
Does the individual law enforcement agency, once they get those signs put in the stores, it's their number that if someone's standing there looking at that stop sign and says, "Oh, I should call this number and get more information," is it the local police agency that they call in regards to information about the scam or to report what's going on?
Yes, that's what we want to see. We've got our number on the signs, but obviously if you call in and you get YCSO dispatch, they're going to ask you where you're at. And if it's a different agency, we'll refer you over to Sedona PD or whichever agency. But we do want to get the right phone numbers on the signs depending on the stores that they're going into.
Okay. All right. And maybe we should describe the sign itself a little bit. Dwight sent out a picture of you standing next to a gift card display. It's not a massive sign. It's not like the size of a stop sign you'd see on the corner of a street, but it's sizable. I would say maybe, I don't know, a small plate?
I happen to have one.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and hold it up. Okay. Yeah. So it's a little bit bigger than my hand.
Helps if I hold it straight, maybe.
And what does it actually say on that stop sign for people to look at when they're standing there thinking about gift cards?
Oh, here we go. Basically, don't be the victim of a telephone scam. If you're buying gift cards to pay for one of these things, it's likely a scam. And then for the Quad City area, you can see it's got all those patches on there. And I'll move it up a little bit. It's got our different phone numbers on there.
Okay.
So it's as simple as that. It kind of looks big when I hold it next to the camera, but it's really only that size. Again, we're not trying to interfere with the gift card business, and they pay a lot of money for that shelf space. We just want it to be visible enough, and we want the message to be simple enough that somebody that's caught up in a scam and they're caught up in the emotions and somebody's talking to them on the phone, really easy to understand. Stop. There's no legitimate agency or company, APS or the IRS or anybody that is going to look for payment by gift card. And if we can get them just to take that minute and think about it and then call us, we'll explain to them why we know it's a scam and that person is really not your friend that's on the other end of the phone.
We have to take our second break, but one of the things Dwight put in the press release was that don't forget that what you're buying right now is a gift card. It's a gift card, not a bill pay card. So think about that when somebody says, yeah, we need you to get $5,000 in gift cards to pay us. That is just, don't do it. We got to take another break. YCSO Crime Prevention Coordinator Bryan Thomas in studio today. Stick around. Countywide back in just a couple minutes.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Orkin has pest control down to a science.
When your business chooses Orkin's Precision Protection Program, you get a tailored pest control program for your specific industry and environment.
Your business can benefit from over a century of experience, training, and scientific knowledge that define the Orkin man.
Maximum protection, minimum exposure, backed by one of the industry's most comprehensive guarantees.
Choose your locally owned and operated Northern Arizona Orkin and get more than an exterminator. Get an expert.
Welcome back to Countywide. We've got just a few minutes left in the program. We're talking with Bryan Thomas, Yavapai County Sheriff's Office Crime Prevention Coordinator. A few things for you to jot down. First of all, the county website is yavapai.us. Any county agency can be found right through that website. Phone number for more information about the STOP program, there's 928-777-7223. Does that take them right to you, Bryan, or for information about the STOP program?
Yes, that is my direct line. We also set up a fraud intervention hotline, if you will, is 771-3299.
There it is. Yeah, I've got that one written down too. Yeah.
Yes, so, the 771-3299.
And what is that line for? Is that for people if they are like being scammed right now to give that one a call, or is there a specific reason they should call that number there?
Yes, if you have any questions about whether something's a fraud, we want to hear about it. Now, if people haven't actually lost any money, we're telling our dispatch, please just refer them to that line and we'll take the time to talk to them. We understand you're not a victim, you haven't lost any money yet. We want you to understand and arm yourself so that you don't become a victim. So that's not manned 24 hours a day like the dispatch line is, but if you leave us a message, we'll certainly call back and we'll talk to you about your particular scam, or if you feel like you might have given up some information or been compromised, we can answer those questions. So it's important to note that this stop sign is kind of a last-ditch effort right when people are going to give their money away, to stop them from giving their money away. We don't want them ever to get that far. We really want the message to be, don't engage these folks in the first place. Be really careful about any emails that you click on. Be really wary about phone calls. You know, have some kind of a robo-killer app on your smartphones is a great idea. The phone companies, Verizon just rolled out software that blocks a lot of spam calls. I just got that notice on my phone about a week ago, and now I'm starting to see calls come in, and right up front it says potential spam. So that's really a good thing. You can put spam blockers on your phones. You can put some spam blocking software. You certainly should have some protections in place on your computers. But imagine you get an email, and in the line of the email, it's got your username and some password that you have actually used. That's very tempting to click on that email. Just realize that all of that stuff can be purchased over the internet by these scammers. And it's a way to get you to open that up and be afraid. And then they're going to tell you, hey, we've infiltrated your computer. We've looked at all your photos. Maybe we've gotten into your camera and we're watching you in your home. And that's an extortion type of scam. That's an example of an extortion. They're going to ask you for money, or they're going to send all of your private photos out to the people in your contact list. We've heard of that happening to some Hollywood movie stars and so forth, but these people really don't have that much information. It's
kind of endless.
They have a little bit of information. Yeah.
It goes on and on and on. We're out of time, but I got to say about 80%, if not more, phone calls that come to my phone, I have no reason to pick up my phone at all. I don't even think I talk on my phone much anymore. We're out of time, but if people wanted more information, again, number is 928-777-7223. Go to yavapai.us, visit the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office website. Bryan, thank you so much for being in studio. I appreciate it very much. That's today's Countywide. Thank you for watching and listening, and we'll talk to you again next time.